How's it going, guys? Cody, guys, back again, dropping yet another video. Right, this video, as you can see from the title below, is about the police launching a manhunt trying to chase a 21-year-old prisoner who'd evaded custody after feigning that he was ill. He was taken to hospital, he escaped, and he went on the run. He wasn't in prison, he was in police custody. He's a 21-year-old male. It's a local story, it's Greater Manchester Police, joke of a force. It sounds like he was arrested, questioned, and then later charged. The police refused him bail, and he was due to go to court on a bail application. Anyway, going to read the story, going to do my bit at the end. I've been to this police station, I've been to this hospital. I used to live in Ashton. Right, so police launch manhunt as prisoner 21 due in court, escapes custody after claiming he was ill, then fleeing hospital. Story in the Daily Mail guide, link in the description below like I always do. Story reads, police have launched a manhunt after a prisoner due in court yesterday, escaped custody after claiming he was ill, then fled hospital. Officers swooped on Reddish Vale Country Park in Stockport, Greater Manchester, during searches this afternoon. A police helicopter has also been scrambled to the scene to search for a 21-year-old man due to appear at Manchester and Salford Magistrates Court. The prisoner claimed he was feeling poorly and was taken to Tameside General Hospital under guard before managing to escape. Just read on, just 1 second. The suspect from Ashton-under-Lyne is charged with 2 counts of burglary, 3 counts of theft of a motor vehicle, shoplifting, a public order offence, and a possession of a bladed article. Knife. A spokeswoman for Greater Manchester Police said, a search is currently ongoing in Reddish Vale Country Park. Earlier today, a 21-year-old man was due to appear in court in relation to 8 offences, including burglary and theft. After consultation with medical professionals, he was taken to hospital with concerns for his welfare. And that is the story, guys. That is the actual story. 1 second, I'm just going to have a look. My local paper did a story as well. I'm just going to have a quick flick through. Yeah, it's the same sort of stuff. It says, after consultation with medical professionals, taken to hospital for concerns for his welfare. A short time ago, he's absconded from hospital. Search is ongoing. He's understood the man is from Ashton. And then they did like an update saying the park is still open to the public. Police helicopter's been spotted flying over above. And that is it. Now, this is another embarrassing story for Greater Manchester Police. Now, for those that don't know, obviously, Greater Manchester Police, the second largest police force in the UK after London, the Metropolitan Borough. GMP are riddled with corruption. The computer system that they spent millions of pounds on is not fit for purpose. Just one thing after another. Corruption follows not just Greater Manchester Police, but all police services specifically. Now, the reason that I was interested in this story is I've been to the hospital whilst in police custody. I wasn't taken to Tameside. I was at Tameside Ashton Police Station, Ashton-under-Lyne, Greater Manchester, and I was taken to Oldham Royal Hospital, Oldham Royal Hospital, and so I've been through that, and I used to live in Ashton. I've been to Ashton Police Station. There's no cells at Oldham, so they send you if you're from the Oldham area. You ordinarily, depends how full the police stations are, but ordinarily you would end up in Ashton-under-Lyne Police Station, a few miles down the road from Oldham, classed as Tameside. And yeah, it was just a really weird thing. So I thought, right, so when I was arrested and I was in the police station, right, I was interviewed. I can't remember what I was interviewed on. It was I think it was a threats to kill or something like that, and I was trying my best to get out of the interview. Right now, I thought, look, I'm just delaying the inevitable here. So I was just like, I started to play up, saying my heart's up and stuff like that. My heart, like, thing. I worked myself up. Right, I was ready to fight. I worked myself up, and a nurse, just like, yeah, his blood pressure's high, stuff like that. So they took me to the hospital. Now, when I went to the hospital, I was placed in the back of a police van. I was cuffed up and over, it's called. So cuff goes obviously on here. Got your plastic black bit in the middle. So up and over like that. So it's cuffed to the front. Taken from Ashton. Should have been taken to Tameside, but they took me all the way to Oldham Royal for some random reason. Again, I was never uncuffed. I was always cuffed, literally, because they only needed to get, I think they didn't, we got to the hospital, they was going to do an ECG, and I was like, nah, you know what, I thought, I can't be bothered with this, just get me back, let's get it. But I was delaying the inevitable, and the nurse was like, look, this was at the hospital, the nurse was like, look, you're here now, you might as well get seen. I said, no, it's cool. When you go to hospital from the cop shop, don't think it's some magical thing where you think, right, well, ordinarily, the police have got 24 hours to arrest you, question you, either charge you, release you under caution, or release you, release you on bail, charge you, or release you under investigation, right? Normally 24 hours. That can go up with murder and terrorism, can get 48, 92, etc., right? So when you go to, if you try to pull a sickie whilst in custody, right, and you think that being in hospital for 4 hours is going to take 24 hours off your 24 hours. It doesn't. When you go to hospital whilst you are in police custody, you might as well press pause, because that's what happens. Your time in custody is paused from the moment you leave that police station. Now, this individual was obviously desperate, doesn't want to go to prison or doesn't want to go back to prison if he'd previously been on prison. So he was just like, you know what, I'm going to go. But how has it been, right? You should have had at least 2 coppers in the escort, right? This is from the police station, not a prison. Should have been cuffed to either the front or the back. Cuffing you to the back is a scumbag move, because depending on your frame, cuffing you to the back if you're skinny, not a problem. If you're a big lump and you've got a big back, cuffing you to the back is just evil. Need to double cuff you, but they don't, or sometimes they do. So cuffed to the front, right, and then taken and escorted. When I was taken to hospital for this threats to kill, with this bad heart, and my blood pressure was up and everything, but the copper always had hold of me. I had a jumper on, and he always had hold of me jumper. So the fact that he's been able to, I don't know if he slipped his cuffs, if they've released him, if they've just thought, the charges, if you look at the charges, yeah, like I said, burglary, theft of a motor vehicle, public order offence, and possession of a bladed article, right? Depending on if there's any aggravating factors to those charges, right? It's pretty minor offences, really. If you look, it's a host of them, but it's a minor. But this kid, he's either not built for prison or he doesn't want to go back to prison. So he's just thought, I'm getting off. And that's exactly what he's done. But how has he been able to slip his cuffs? Has he not been cuffed? Have they turned his blind out as a copper gone for a whiz and he's left him with his colleague and his colleague's just playing on his phone and he's just gone bam and he's gone? Obviously, the CCTV will be scanned and stuff like that. A description will be put out. Because it was a theft and a burglary, if there's any forensics that they need, he could have took his trainers. They might have took all his clothes. He might be in like a grey tracksuit, a grey police issued like sort of prison tracksuit, no pockets, black plimsoll trainers. We've all been there, guys. Anyone that's had the clothes seized when they've been arrested. They might not have seized his clothes, but he's obviously 21-year-old. He's got off. How has it happened? Like I said, having been there, literally, I was cuffed, not double cuffed. That's when I went from prison, but cuffed, under and over, solid rigid bar cuffs. Two officers in my escort, and they never let me out of their sight. They followed me everywhere, grabbing hold of me, and they followed me. The officers in this case must be getting an absolute rollicking from senior management within the police force. They're obviously like area commander or whatever. Serious questions have to be asked. But still on the run, guys, not seen anything yet. The last time I covered an escape like this was the escape of Sean Walmsley. Sean Walmsley was in, I think it was Walton Prison or Oak Course. He was sent to Aintree University Hospital. He obviously, I think he had a phone plugged, and he got hold of the boy. He said, right, listen, they're going to come back and get me in 5 minutes. I'll be leaving here. He was taken to hospital, and he was sprung out by 2 fellas in a gold-coloured Volvo down at Aintree University Hospital. I think one of them produced an imitation firearm or a firearm. He was later found hiding out in Leeds. If you Google Sean Walmsley, capture video and stuff, you'll see what I'm talking about. I think it might even be down my channel. But yeah, embarrassing story. Like I said, the thing is though, right, he's escaped lawful custody now, which obviously he's gonna have a charge of evading like lawful custody and everything. But when he got to court, right? Just because the police have refused you bail, there's different scenarios that could have played out in court. He could have got to court, had his solicitor there, and then the CPS could have had a meeting with his solicitor and said, even if he gets bail today, we're going to appeal. If he appeals, he goes to prison straight away for 48 hours, and then he goes back up on a bail application or judge in chambers. He could have got bail. He could have gone to court and they could have said, look, because of the corona thing, blah, 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 we're going to release him on bail. The judges could have just remanded him. Like I said, he could have got bail and then the CPS appeal, which obviously he would have gone straight to prison as well. So there's different scenarios that could have played out, but like I said, he had one chance to get out, and he just thought, no, I can't handle prison. I don't want to go to prison, and he's got off. 21-year-old, and he just escaped into apparently Redditchvale Country Park. You've got to think, right? The police force, helicopters. Obviously, heat signatures. If he's been running, he's going to be stand out compared to people that have just been walking the dog, because obviously he's going to be perspiring and everything like that. You've got the police helicopter, you've got the police dogs, things like that. So the entrances and exits and stuff. They would have probably put a containment on the helicopter, or the police helicopter here in Manchester is called India 99. I've had it on I've had it on 2 of my arrests, both related to firearms. So India 99 were up. They would have obviously been beaming images down. It's not like it's a murderer or a convicted murderer that's on the run. A couple of burglaries, whether it's dwellings or whether it's commercials, car theft, like a public order offence. Like I said, if you're shouting threats or you threaten someone or you're shouting, can be a public order offence. And then possession of a bladed article, could have been a Stanley knife, could have been going equipped with a, whatever the case may be, but a knife, a machete, a zombie knife, something along those lines. Could be a Stanley knife, you never know. But yeah, apparently he's on the run, and some birds are simply not meant to be caged, that is. But like I said, he should run and he should get on his toes. It's a minor offence though, they really are minor offences, and he's racked up an extra charge by evading custody. Don't blame the kid. If he's never been to prison before, he might be scared of what comes with prison. And like I said, he might have got to court at Tameside Magistrates Court, and if the CPS didn't appeal, if this kid, he might be like this. He might have a convict list, like his convictions might be like this, but it might just have been an opportunist. He's gone out, he's done it. He's never been caught before. He gets caught and he thought, nah, I'm going to prison. I can't stand prison. I don't want to be going to prison. You don't know, do you? Going to leave it there, guys. Link in the description below. Let me know what you think about the video. Greater Manchester Police. Another shameful story. Another embarrassing story for you guys. Anyway, I'm going to shoot because the UFC's on. Cody out.